Earlier today, we got the trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows, no pun intended. And there's been backlash because, of course, it's the first Assassin's Creed game based in Japan, so people are thinking we're gonna play as Japanese people. You wouldn't be going out on a limb here thinking, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. If it was based in Africa, we'd be doing the same thing. Think, oh, we're gonna be playing as Africans, right? But of course, the people who spoke out, like me, others, have been called all kind of racial slurs and all kind of things just for pointing out that we want the first Japanese Assassin's Creed game to be helmed by Japanese people. It only makes sense, right? And the people have been talking about Yasuke. Yasuke. I'm sorry, it's Yasuke. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. It's just like Sasuke. Yasuke. I digress. People have been digging into the history of Yasuke and finding out that, well, this guy wasn't even a full blown samurai. Like we already know, that's not the issue. The issue is that people are now going onto Wikipedia and editing his Wikipedia to say that he was. This is a real person, bro. He was alive, right? This isn't some made up character or myth like Odin and Loki or Thor or something like that. This is a person who was a living, breathing person. Like he was alive. We have documents about his life. That's how we know what he was and what he was not. So going out and then trying to change things in order to get a gotcha on the chuds and all that other shit, that just makes you look stupid. Because we already know who he was. Again, I don't know why the obvious needs to be said, but I'm going to say it. Yasuke being in the game is not an issue. He was around in that time period. That makes sense. Him being the main protagonist, that is the issue, right? And we know he wasn't a samurai. He was a fucking retainer. We know this already. But we got niche gamer here because they always speak the truth. They always look at both sides of an argument. They never pick sides. They just give you the context and show you what's going on. And this is why I like niche gamer. But here we go. We're talking about Yasuke. He's a historical figure claimed to be the first black samurai. We already know he is not. The Wikipedia page, as it reads now, paints a more ambiguous picture as records of Yasuke appear to be few and far between. That's why we know he is not a full-blown samurai. Samurai families are very notable. You would know if he was one because it would be in a record, right? We don't have that. We have he says, she says shit, right? So here we go. Users are currently having a back and forth about a particular line which clarifies Yasuke's alleged status as a samurai rather than a retainer. The line currently reads, "It is important to note that despite popular myth and modern depictions, there are no historical writings nor evidence that Yasuke was ever granted the rank or title of samurai. He was never given a fief nor referred to as one in any writings. Most of our knowledge of his life comes from these messages written down by missionaries and locals." He said, she said stuff, right? So here we go. And it links to two sources, right? So we already know this, but there is a user on Wikipedia right now who quote tweeted my tweet trying to own me, right? Spreading lies about who these people were. And he's going out and doing this. He disagrees with this addition, feels like it's racist backlash for clarification on a real person. It is racist to account for a person's history, apparently. My, how far we have fallen. All right, let's just keep going. I mean, this is stupid. The racist backlash to Yasuke's role in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Meanwhile, editors who support the addition claim it's needed to prevent the spread of misinformation, which it is. It makes more sense. I support the idea that Wikipedia needs to make it clear on the article that there's no evidence that Yasuke was granted the rank of samurai. Many random articles on the internet keep calling him a samurai, probably the effect of him being falsely portrayed as one as such in modern media. And now many people use those articles as a source to back up their claim for political reasons. If that misinformation keeps spreading, it will become a fact eventually. If just one reliable source starts calling Yasuke a samurai, people will use that as a source to edit it on Wikipedia. And we have learning the law here. He's gone and he's seen some of the Japanese fans who have been talking about this game. And newsflash, they're not excited about it either. They see straight through it just like the Japanese always do. A game where black people massacre Japanese people in the Sengoku period is a perfect example of UBI. Is this what happens when political correctness is taken to the extreme? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know, there's a lot of people who are saying the exact same thing that I said in my tweet. When we're going to get to that real quick. And this is my tweet right here. I posted this yesterday on my birthday when I saw the leaks about Assassin's Creed Shadows, which we already know. If you've been keeping up with Assassin's Creed games like I have, because I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, newsflash, all the people who say, oh, you don't even like these games. I've played every single game. I love every single game. Well, I won't say I love every single game, but I like every single game, right? So here we go. This is what I posted yesterday. You know, Assassin's Creed being based in Japan. It's the first time it's been in Japan, right? That is key context. And then not using a Japanese male protagonist is stupid. We know exactly why they're using Yasuke. We know exactly why. The message, you know, as somebody likes to say. That's exactly why they're using him. There's no other reason to make him the protagonist. You could make him an NPC in the game that we interact with, just like in all the previous games, Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, Blackbeard. You know, we've interacted with historical figures in Assassin's Creed games before. That's never been a problem. But you're having one as a main protagonist in a game based in Japan. That is the issue. It's not that he is black. That's not the issue. The issue is that you are taking him and putting him in a place where when we look at that, that's not where he's supposed to be. He's not supposed to be the main character of a Japanese Assassin's Creed game, the one we've been asking for since day one. No, he's supposed to be a main NPC that we interact with. Of course, that could happen. That nobody has an issue with that. Or if you want to make a Yasuke game, nobody would have an issue with that. You know why? Because it's not the first Assassin's Creed game based in Japan. I don't know why I have to keep saying that. I have maybe it will resonate if I keep going and I keep saying the exact same thing. Maybe they will understand the point, right? But I digress. It's annoying. It would be as dumb as having it based in Africa and deciding to use a white male protagonist. That would be stupid too. And then people want to bring up, oh, what about Far Cry 2? A mercenary in Africa is not the same as a black man in feudal Japan. It's not the same thing. And you know it's not. Stop trying to straw man. Stop trying to gaslight. Resident Evil 5. They want to bring up Resident Evil 5. That's not the same thing. In the first Resident Evil game, it was not based in Africa. You know what I mean? The virus spreads. It's worldwide. So, of course, they went to Africa. That's not the exact same thing. So, stop trying to gaslight. Stop trying to straw man. That's not the argument. But this tweet right here has gotten people in such a 2.4 is crazy. This tweet has got people in such an uproar about everything that's going on. You know why? Because everything that I'm saying is correct. That's why they don't like the video. It's because I'm correct. And because I'm black, right? Obviously, I'm black. Look at me, guy. You know? And I've said some things that maybe somebody that they don't like who was not black has said. Therefore, that means that what I'm saying must be some kind of talking point or some kind of regurgitation, even though these are my own thoughts and opinions, like everything I say. They don't like the fact that I am right. And the fact that I'm right and I'm black, it pisses them off even more. Look, I don't want my skin color being used as a marketing tool, right? I just don't. It's insulting to me because I'm more than that, right? I'm black. We know that. That's cool, man. I embrace it. Look at me, man. Look at that. Shout out to the Wave Essentials if you want to get some wave gear. This is what I do. You know what I mean? But that's not all that I am. And with these progressives and the people of the ilk, that's what they see you as. Just black, right? So when I see Yasuke, I'm like, well, there's a cool story to be told there. There's cool games you can make, cool shows. I wanted to like the Netflix show. That shit went off a cliff. I don't know what they did with that. You know, so it's not that we don't want to give the character a chance. That's not the issue. The issue is this is the first Assassin's Creed game based in Japan. This is like the 7th time I've said that. That's the issue. We wanted the main character to be Japanese. Or you wanted to be just like all the other Japanese assassin samurai game? Yes. Yes. That's what we want. That's why people love Ghost of Tsushima. Because it's the Assassin's Creed game that we never got. It's very simple, man. And then the people trying to do this revisionist history stuff, man. or like trying to change this Wikipedia, it just proves our point even more. That you know what you're saying is false. You know that the issues that people have are correct and they're valid issues. It's not racism. It's a valid response to what we want to see, right? So this whole thing that's blowing up right now, it's stupid. The video that I posted shouldn't be getting that much heat. You want to know why? Because what I said was correct. What I said was valid. What I said is what everybody feels. They're just afraid to say it because they think they're going to be called racist or raccoons and all the other stuff I've been called. I can't even show you some of the DMs I've gotten, right? So this whole thing, it just stems from a lack of understanding. I'm going to help you understand real quick. The issue is not that Yasuke is in the game. The issue is that he is the main character, one of the main characters in the first Assassin's Creed game based in Japan. That's the issue. If he was in the game regardless as an NPC, we wouldn't care. Of course, you would have those people going, oh, this is just for DEI and all that other stuff, even though he was around in the time period. I'm telling you the general issue that people are having right here. That's what my whole video was about. And you could tell the people who are mad because they didn't watch the whole video. Or they just want to be mad because I'm not tap dancing. I'm not oh my God, we got our black representation. Here we go. You know, just because I'm not doing that. And I'm looking at it objectively. Right? So again, the issue is not that Yasuke is in the game. The issue is that he is one of the main protagonists. Before we go, the trailer is about to be ratioed. Well, Ubisoft, there you go, man. You did it. You wanted your press. You wanted people to know what you were cooking up. Here we go. You're about to get cooked. Y'all be easy, man.